Well, good evening, Arkansas. A very happy Friday to everybody out there around the natural state. It was warm, but another fairly nice day across the state if you count the fact that we saw really no clouds and really no humidity across the state. Once again, of course, the picture over the past couple of weeks has been dry, and dry. And as you can see, our HD Doppler does continue to be dry across state. Great for the farmers, not so much for our wildfire danger, and not so good for our drought situations as those do continue to worsen, and that will continue over the next few days. But there is a sign that we do get a little bit of relief coming into next week, and I'll go over the haves and the have-nots and the whys and the why-nots here in just a minute. But first and foremost, a lovely evening across the state, really to do whatever you want to do, be it high school football or be it anything outdoors as you go into the evening hours. A great night across the state overall, coming in at 84 in Harrison, 88 in Fayetteville, 86 in Mena, coming in at 90 in multiple spots across parts of southwest Arkansas, 86 in El Dorado, 84 in Monticello, 88 in Stuttgart, 84 in Searcy, 82 in Jonesboro, and of course 88 here in the capital city. Of course, it is warm in the sights of our rivalry games tomorrow, and that will continue to be the case. We will start off cool, both in Fayetteville and in Jonesboro, but we will warm up fairly rapidly throughout the day. Of course, for our folks up in Jonesboro, overall a very warm day for tailgating out in front of Centennial Bank Stadium. But as we head towards kickoff, the 6 o'clock game up in Jonesboro, it will be sunny, but it will be warm with those temperatures hovering around 90. And then, of course, as we head throughout the rest of the game, we will drop off fairly fast down into the 80s, and then, of course, into the 70s by the post game. And once again, still expecting an A-State victory in Jonesboro over Memphis tomorrow night in Jonesboro. Now, as we head over towards Fayetteville, a very big game with number 15 Texas coming to town again. Exactly the same thing. It's going to be a warm day across the state when we talk about our tailgating, when we talk about all the pregame activities that we have going on across the state. Again, but it's going to be a warm start. Kickoff will be very warm, but we will transition into a warm but lower humidity across the rest of the evening as those temperatures fall throughout the 80s. It will be a little bit windy, mostly coming out of the south end zone, so we're going to have to watch for that possibility as well. Overall, again, it's going to be a great night as the Hogs take on Texas up on the hill. 6 o'clock kickoff there, and also predicting an Arkansas win over number 15 Texas tomorrow night on the hill. So, great night, great day for football across the state, and really overall a great day to do whatever activities you have across the state on Saturday. Sunny, but it's going to be hot, and then of course had to add a little bit of shade to our Longhorn fans with a lot of burnt orange tears likely in Fayetteville on Saturday night. Hot and dry for much of the upcoming week. At least to start the week, it will be a little bit better as we head towards mid to late week, as those rain chances start to increase finally for some of us across the state. Now, watching the Gulf very closely, there is currently a 70% chance of a tropical depression or storm forming in the Bay of Campeche throughout the weekend. Ultimately, where this tracks will have an effect on our weather. Right now, it does look to track into southeast Texas, which is a very favorable track for us to see at least some moisture coming our way. Now, of course, we also have a front coming down as well. Now, if the front moves too fast, that's going to shunt any tropical system off towards the east. If it stalls to our north, then that will bring the tropical moisture and any tropical system into the state. So what that means is we're not only have to watch out for the possibility of heavy rainfall, but if there's a tropical system to the west or through the state, we're going to have to watch for the possibility of severe weather as well. Same thing with the front. Any increase in shear with the tropical system could lead to the possibility of an isolated severe threat along the front as well. Again, a lot to work out over the next several days. Right now, I'm not expecting any severe weather. Again, not expecting any major impacts from a tropical system other than rainfall, and very beneficial rainfall at that. Keeping those rainages low for now, but continuing to monitor that as we go along. Pattern change does look to be on the table as we head into just beyond the 7-day period. Still looking at late month for that. Current anticipation is nothing extreme, but definitely getting rid of the 90s and maybe widespread 50s for lows across the state. So nothing too extreme, but feeling more like fall as we head towards the end of the month. Our fall outlook is finally coming out on Sunday. We are going to have it live along with your evening forecast on Sunday afternoon. We may be doing it live on site from a location to be determined. Be sure to check our page tomorrow for that once we come up with an idea on where we are going to go. So, across our folks in northern Arkansas, again, it's going to be hot and a little bit humid for us up in northern Arkansas on Sunday and Monday. Not as humid on Saturday. Then, of course, the front starts to come down, interact with some tropical moisture moving north. Now leads to at least scattered shower storms across the state mid to late week. And again, these rainages could come up or go down depending on the setup with the tropical system and the front. The bigger story is going to be the cooler temperatures with that front coming down into the state, and of course cloud cover as well. It will lead to a much better September week ahead, and feeling much more like fall across at least parts of the state, especially up in the Ozark Mountains. As we head down into the central part of the state, it's going to be hot. Next few days, again, mid 90s on Saturday and Sunday, lower 90s on Monday. Very, very, very warm. It will start to be a little more humid as we head towards Monday. Rain to start to increase on Monday night, especially on Tuesday and Wednesday. Again, everything depends on a tropical track or the front. If neither one of those occur, rainhitches go down. If both occur, rainhitches go up dramatically. And if, of course, one occurs, again, rainhitches still go up some. So everything depends on a lot of different situations, and the weather pattern does look favorable to bring rainfall to the at least central and southern Arkansas as we head towards mid to late week. The bigger story obviously being those temperatures coming down with low to mid 80s and low to mid 60s versus the 90s that we've seen over the past several weeks. Now, as we head towards southern Arkansas, again, a very warm and muggy next couple days, mid to upper 90s across the south. Nothing too extreme, but again, well above average for this time of year, with our average high being in the mid 80s. As we head towards Monday and Tuesday, again, we start to watch for the possibility of tropical moisture coming up into the state. Again, really starting to increase Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, especially if we get that front coming down, as I've already mentioned. The bigger story being the potential for those temperatures in the mid 80s and lows in the mid to upper 60s versus the 90s and 70s that we've come quite accustomed to over the past couple of weeks. So overall, though, a very nice forecast coming up. Probably the bigger story is going to be the chance for rainfall in the next 7 days, something we've not really seen in quite some time. Again, severe weather threat, tropical threat, we're going to be watching for you all weekend long. Not going to be doing a forecast tomorrow for obvious reasons. Everybody's going to be glued in to football across state. We will have a forecast on Sunday to go along with your fall outlook. That's going to be live, so we will have a live update. Of course, that will also feature a live update for the tropics and any severe threats or flooding threats as we go throughout the upcoming week. We thank you for joining us and trusting us, and we will see you back here on Sunday, right here on your source for all things Arkansas weather. Go Hogs.